This is a 2001 Audi Allroad. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the quirks and features of this car, and then we're going to be taking it out for oops, sorry guys, wrong channel. This car actually came in for a different reason than for its quirks and features, which this car has plenty of. This came in with a check engine light and not able to pass smog. What we're going to do is hook up the laptop to this car and see what codes it throws, and we'll go from there. There's a few codes in here. System 2 lean on both banks. Don't know what that could be caused. I have to look at that small leak. After looking at these codes, I do not see the error code that the client got. He told me it was B1S1, which is bank 1 front O2 sensor. And looking through these codes, I don't see that anywhere. Maybe he cleared it and then these came back. But from the conversations with the client and him running the codes, that's what parts we bought for this car, and I'm seeing stuff totally different than what he told me. I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and replace the front O2 sensor. With the System 2 lean, it could be part of an O2 sensor problem, or it could be a fuel issue, especially on both banks. So I'm conflicted here on what I should do. I would probably end up calling the client real quick and just having a chat with him and see where he wants to go with this. After talking with the client, I have a feeling they kind of cleared the codes, and these are new codes that popped up. The System 2 lean, it could be a MAF too. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, or it could be the coolant temp sensor. I mean, there's a few things that could cause that. But first, he did tell me that it did come up with the code for B2S1, which is bank 2 driver's side, S1, which is the front sensor. And we're going to go ahead and change that since that's one of the parts we ordered. Bank 2 sensor 1 is going to be right back up and down there. Being that this car is an automatic, it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to deal with, but it's doable. It's just not fun. So today, on the quirks and features, I'm going to show you how to change a front O2 sensor on a Audi Allroad. This could also correlate to the B5S4, as it's the same 2.7 engine. First, what I'm going to do is remove the coolant reservoir. I'm just going to take off the 4 screws, try not to lose them, and then slowly move this out of the way. There's that sensor cap underneath here. You got to be real careful not to break or break the wires. It's hard to see. You gotta take this sheathing off. It also has the little, it's not a zip tie, but it's the multi-time use tie. This is the sensor we're talking about that needs to come out. This piece stays, but it's brittle, so you gotta be real careful with that. And the sensor, it's hard to see, but it's straight down right there. If we want more room, we could go ahead and take this piece out of the way. Automatics are a little more difficult. You have the air pump is right here. All this stuff's just in the way that it comes on an automatic that doesn't come on a manual transmission. Let's go ahead and take the sensor out. Sometimes these are difficult to get out, so I'll show you a trick. Little screwdriver. Try not to break it. Right here, I have to pinch that with pliers and then undo this. So let's go ahead and try to get that off. A lot of mechanics just break these off because it's easier. That came off nice and easy. Sorry guys if it's hard to see. It's hard in tight spaces to show all this work. Follow this where it loops around. Sometimes they zip tie them in, which this one's no exception. There's a loose zip tie right in here. I don't know if you could see it. Right in there. I got you guys a flashlight so you could see now. So this was this, I had to take this off and then lose the one button on there. I left this one on so I don't forget how it goes on. Took the O2 off, or the sensor plug, and then see how it follows around. You could kind of see the O2 sensor down there. And down here there's a zip tie that's, you know, it's not cinched down, it's just loose, holding the wires from moving around, so we have to cut that out. Now, if you had a manual transmission, you would be able to see it a little better, but since this is an auto, the air pump's in the way. Alright, it's cut. Sensor's loose. Now let's get that sucker out of there and hopefully it doesn't give us any problems. This is the O2 sensor remover I'm using with a long lot of extensions. Now I'm using a 1/2 inch only because sometimes these O2 sensors take a ton of force to get them off. Now the fun part is trying to get to it without any issues. Usually on a manual I could come in from over here, which is what I'm going to try. I got the claw in there, the O2 claw in there with the extensions. I had to change to the smaller, not the 1/2 inch, because I couldn't get it through the heater hoses, plus the power steering hose kind of made it difficult on this car, and with all the automatic air pump and stuff in the way, it was difficult, so I had to go the smaller, and then went to the bigger size up here. Hopefully that broke it loose. Yeah, it's loose. Now I just gotta work it out. After my arms are all beat up. Nice, huh? Because you gotta shove your arm in there, so you're gonna get beat up a little bit. But you don't have to pay for labor. Now, what most videos will do is just say, put back in reverse order, and we're done. See ya. Bye. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to put it back in too. I'm terrible at this, guys. There we go. And that. That's not what I ordered. I just called the company, and I guess now Bosch just supplies the universal ones, and that's all you could get. I guess you could cut it to size if you have the time and you want to, but Most guys just roll it, kind of wrap it up a little bit and shove it to the side, make it fit. It's not how I wanted to do it, but I don't have time to mess with it and cut it, and perhaps it doesn't work correctly, so I'll just leave it the way it is and wrap it and stick it in. Let's go ahead and install it. Try not to get any of this goop on the sensor. As you can see, it's not very easy getting that in there. That is in there nice and tight. Go ahead and pull all the stuff out and route the wiring. Go ahead and wrap this up. Super long cord. I'm not happy about, but I'll just have to deal with it. So I'll have to find a place to stuff it. You see how sharp this stuff is? My gloves keep ripping, and these are pretty thick gloves. Sorry guys, it's a tight fit with trying to get the camera and my body maneuvered in here. And holding the flashlight. Alright, got that clipped in. And see how that's hanging? So I'm going to go ahead and zip tie that up. I'm going to try to find a place over in there to do it. You can see the old one still there. I'm going to go ahead and loosely put the zip tie on the wiring harness here. See, it's not super tight, but it keeps it from touching the exhaust manifold. That one's gone. Alright. O2 sensors in. let's go ahead and put the rest of it back. Clicked in. Again, if you guys don't have an automatic, you won't have this problem. You won't have all this stuff in the way. Don't forget the sensor. Which is totally broken, but that sensor's not good shape. This sensor is totally broken. The plug, it's all just, that's what I mean, guys. I mean, this stuff, these cars are so old, it just doesn't, that's gonna have to be addressed next time I do this car. We have to buy, I'm gonna let him know, the client know, that he needs to buy a new plug, and we will have to fix that next go around. Make sure you put those screws on. Check everything out, go through it. That's how you do driver side front O2 sensor. Passenger side is actually easier, so we did the hard one, or I did the hard one for you. Until next time, guys, keep wrenching.